Wow. Okay. Beautiful. And now it's actually a complete different setup with us 4 people in 2 countries in 3 different locations. It's great.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Gladys and Alice, to join us all the way from Tanzania. From Eventfully and from Bloom Eventfully. It's great to actually speak to people from the other side of Africa and just hear how things are going and what situation that you are facing right now. But maybe for people who do not know you, and also for us to get you a little bit, like to know you a little bit better, please maybe like explain your 2 companies, what you are doing, and how maybe you are connected, if you are just friends, family, like just that we get to know you a little bit better.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Let's maybe start with Alice. Yes.
okay. So we have Eventfully and there is Bloom, but we operate as if we are the same, but we are separate from each other. In terms of I do the flowers, she does the events, and
Okay.
of course we are cousins.
Of course.
So the idea came up when my cousin Gladys started the Eventfully. So after she started, then I was like, why don't I just start doing flowers? So that's when I started doing flowers. So we are operating like we are the same. We can market together and all that, but we are separate when it comes to I don't know what she gets and she doesn't know what I get. So we are separate in that way. But we collaborate in so many things. If she's not around, I can stand on her events. If I'm not around, she can take care of the flower business. That's how we are.
Okay. Okay. And mainly, maybe Gladys, you can tell us like what events you're mainly focusing on. Like, is it weddings? Is it social events, private? Like, what is it that you are mainly doing?
And for how long are you doing this? How does all started with you?
Okay. So basically, Eventful, we do all sort of events, weddings,
Gladys, we
corporate
cannot hear
events,
you.
and is it okay? I'm sure you can hear me
Speak up
now.
maybe a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. So Eventfully, we do all sort of events, weddings, corporate events, social events, but we
Can
prefer
you hear
more
her?
social events.
Bit we can hear,
But very, very soft. You need to maybe just speak up a little bit.
or maybe take the mic a bit closer to you.
Or maybe the place you have placed your phone, the microphone is like
Yes,
I'm
hidden.
actually
It's like
holding it.
on a
covered.
pillow or something. Yes.
I'm actually
Maybe it's
holding it, so
covered.
there's nothing down. Yeah, there's actually nothing down. I'm holding it. I'm still not
Okay.
audible enough.
Yes,
Oh,
now
yeah,
it's
now
better.
it's better. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So Eventfully, we deal with all sort of events, weddings, social events, corporate events, but we mostly love the social events because they are smaller, they are more intimate. You could customize them and make them more beautiful. And how we started was we had my cousin's wedding, which was Alice's older sister's wedding. Then there was a wedding
I can't
planner who
hear
had
anything
paid.
though.
Are you serious?
We actually
We hear her. We hear her okay. Not very loud, but I can hear her.
maybe somebody that
For me,
is out there.
hear
Can you let
everything.
us
That's the
know
thing.
if you hear all of us?
Okay, let me just try and remove the cover of the phone. Probably it's reducing, but then because I think audio everything is fine
No.
on my side.
No,
I can
I
hear
can't.
both of you guys, like
You
Sylvia
can't
and
hear her?
Angela.
Yeah. I can also hear.
Gladys, do you
Yeah.
have this thing on your screen that says everyone can see and hear you?
It left, but it was there, and it was showing everyone can hear and everyone can see you, but it's no longer there. I cannot see it anymore. But it was there in the beginning.
Yeah, I can hear you okay. But don't worry, Alice, like if we have a question, we will just like really ask you directly for it. So let her speak. I think the others can hear her okay. So I will just ask you directly for a question if we have.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So after we had my older cousin's wedding, and we had paid a wedding plan, and everything went just okay. Then after that, I was like, okay, you know something? I think I can actually do this because I ended up knowing so many vendors in the weddings and events industry. So to me, it was
Okay.
something very easy. I just needed to pick up my phone and just call. Okay, I know most all the photographers. I know all the makeup artists. I know like the decorators, and I was like, okay, I can actually make this a business. So that is
Right.
how it started. And I didn't want to get employed at that time because I
Mhm.
was like on maternity leave. So I was like, okay, I needed to do something that I can operate from the comfort of my house. And that is
Right.
how it actually came. Yeah.
Okay. Can I just ask you the reason why you did your cousin's wedding? Was it because there was no major other event planning companies around, or was it just because you enjoyed like planning, or what was the reason being actually behind it,
No.
Gladys?
She actually paid a wedding planner, but then
Okay.
I ended up doing so much of the roles of the wedding planner. Do you
Okay.
understand? Yeah, but
That
there was a wedding
means
planner who was paid to do like
there
everything.
was actually no wedding planner.
Okay.
Yeah. So so probably it was a blessing in disguise at the same time.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is interesting. Sometimes, and this is what we very often say, out of a bad situation, something good happened. And I
Happens,
mean,
yeah, true.
that that is we lost oh no she's back.
No, she's back.
Out of this situation that we are in right now, we also say out of this bad situation, which is, I mean, not to compare, but it's very bad for all of us in the world, but like everyone can take its own part to make it a better world after
Yeah.
this is gone. And
Now
I
I
think
cannot
it's
hear
interesting.
anyone.
Oh,
Okay,
Uh-oh.
Alice, I will just let me just remove you quickly from the stream and put you back on. What you can also do is you can just quickly go out and come back in with the same link. Yeah, maybe that will help. Okay, so
can you write it down? She can hear you.
you can just get out and come back, Alice, with the same link. Just remove yourself from the conversation and come back in. Okay. We're just going to remove her, and then we continue first with you, Gladys. Okay. Okay. Yes. So let's just see if she can just log back out and come back in again. Okay. So let's see.
Technical issues, like 4 ladies with technical problems.
Okay. So yeah. So eventfully in Tanzania. So basically, what is the size usually of events that you are planning up to now? So just give us maybe like an information of what is the scale of events that you have done like pre-COVID, or just also get an idea of how are celebrations done in Tanzania.
Okay, sorry, I didn't hear the beginning part of the question. I just had the last part.
I
Can you
said,
kindly
how
repeat?
many people usually you have on events? 50, 100, 150? Like, what is the
Okay.
usual number?
Number, okay. For social events, let's say bridal showers and baby showers would be between 30 to 40 people, 20 to 40 people, yeah. And then weddings, it's minimum 200 and maximum 500 people.
It's minimum like 2 to 500. So
Yeah.
it's a big celebration in Tanzania always when there is a wedding.
Is it what? Sorry?
A big celebration. Every wedding is a
Yes.
big celebration.
Yes. People hardly do small weddings here.
And usually, now maybe can you hear us again, Alice?
Yes, I can hear both of you now.
Okay.
Okay. Usually the flowers, Alice, that people use for events generally, like how you go about getting flowers for your events.
Okay, so for me, for now, basically, I'm more focused on the deliveries for birthdays, anniversaries, for different
Valentine's.
occasions. Valentine's. Yes. So here in Tanzania,
And
the
bridal
culture of flowers
bouquets.
is not as much. You cannot compare with other countries that I've been to, or the way I've seen how people respond with flowers. So, but the culture is developing now. It's not the same as we used to be. Now people are buying flowers. They are taking for people either for Valentine. Like Valentine's are the most hectic days here. And maybe Mother's Day is coming up, but it's not as busy as it should be maybe in other countries that everyone now is getting busy with Mother's Day. We are preparing, yes, but it's not a hectic thing, you know. It's the only
So you
biggest
have
one is
local flowers
Valentine.
available? Alice, do you have local flowers available?
So we have a few local flowers which are planted in Arusha in a place called Mbeya, where we only get carnations and roses. But all other flowers, most of the time, we do import them from Nairobi.
From
So you
Kenya.
import yourself, or is there a company that imports for you or for a lot of people?
So for me, I have wholesalers. The only time I import by myself is when we have like Valentine, when I have a lot of orders. That's when I can import myself directly from Nairobi. But just normal occasions, I just buy from main suppliers here, and I just make my orders according to the available flowers. But another biggest challenge maybe that we have is that we receive most reject flowers. We don't get the first grade because the first grade go for export, and we receive the ones which have remained. That's when they have to travel under the bus for like 14 hours to reach here. So they come in a bad shape. We end up using a lot of flowers, and we throw a lot as well.
May I ask you, because this is quite interesting. I mean, we are flower exporter, and that's very interesting for me what you are saying, because I mean Tanzania is also an export country for Kenya, because they export to Tanzania, so it should actually be the same like quality of flowers that you get, which we get for South Africa or other people get for Europe. Why do you think it is like that? My first question. Yeah, answer maybe the first question.
I think the issue is the price. The price. So the price and transportation. So because people here, flowers is not a big deal. So like there's a time I wanted to transport flowers from Nairobi through flight. Everyone was like, to Tanzania with flight? Wait a minute, we have never exported flowers to Tanzania with a flight.
How much are you gonna sell them if you fly them?
Yes, if I fly them and I buy the first grade, how am I going to sell them? So we just wait from the ones who are buying in a wholesale, they're supplying for weddings and all that. So yes, they don't get the best, but for me who is buying at least not as big quantity, I can be able to select from what they bring, because they'll bring up to 1,000, 2,000 bunches. So out of that, I can get my 100 nice bunches.
But I can tell you one thing. Maybe we can discuss this on another like personal level. But exactly what you are saying is our experience with any other country in Africa. And we try to change that, because you said exactly what the problem is, actually in 2 words. The first problem is the price. The second problem is the transport. And I think the price refers to the quality, and the transport is a result of the further like quality that reaches you. So that's why you think you have to use a lot of flowers or to buy a lot of cheap flowers to get at least maybe the half alive. So that is very strange to me as European and also as a business person, because I think you calculate, not you, everyone in like January, African florists, let's say like that. You calculate in already like
losses. You already calculate, okay, I'm placing my order. I have to already place my order maybe, I don't know, 20% in addition, so that I'm actually receiving the right amount
Exactly.
that is alive, you know, and this should not actually
No,
be, because
sure.
you're wasting, everyone is wasting resources first of all, and money, like, because we are not like, you cannot do anything with the 20% that you can't use. You cannot sell
Yes.
them. Basically, you are just also throwing them away. And this is not, for us at least, is not ethical business. Also
Yeah.
in terms of being respectful to the resource flower.
Yeah. And I can tell you one
So,
thing. Mhm.
first
Yeah.
of all, when I started this business, I remember whenever I used to receive flowers, I was not happy. Like, I would be like, why would someone give me a flower which is burnt on top? Like,
Yes.
why is it like that? So it started like that. Then there was one day, my boss where I'm working sent me flowers. I'm like, you know what? This one I'm going to go like right there and make sure I get the right thing, you know. So I ended up buying a lot of flowers and make sure like you remove all the stuffs and all that. So exactly that's how I started, really out of frustration. And so when I started buying flowers now for selling, and I'll go there to the wholesalers and say I'm buying a flower, but I'll buy a lot of flowers and I will remove each and every little bad flower out of it and make
Yes.
sure like my flowers are so clean. Some of them ask me, where do you get your flowers? I'm like, I'm getting exactly where you're getting. But it's the work that I have to put. So I had to train the people I'm working with that whenever you receive an order, this is how I want my things to be. You know, that the colors combination, the cleanliness of the flowers. For me, I'd rather not take an order of a client because there's no good flowers. I'll just tell you today is not a good day.
That is actually amazing what you are saying, that you take so much care of the flowers, but also in terms of financial aspects, maybe taking in consideration how much time and effort you spend to clean up the flowers that also need to be paid by the end of the day, which would maybe make more sense to fly less flowers into Tanzania and get
Exactly.
higher and better quality for the same amount of money, but the quality is just better. We have seen
Yes, for
this
me,
with different countries like Zimbabwe, Zambia, Malawi, Ghana, wherever we send flowers. That first thing is, a lot of people are concerned by flying flowers because they feel like, woo, that is extremely expensive. So I'm not saying this in your regard, but a lot of flowers in Africa traveling not the right way at all. Because
at all.
we as flower importer, the first like golden rule for us is we have to keep the cold chain. Means from the farm, like let's say in Holland or in Kenya, from the farm they go on a cold truck. They arrive at the airport. They go into a cold room. They go in the aircraft, cooled. They go like on the next airport in, let's say in Johannesburg. They go in a cold room. Transport them further in a cold room or in a cold truck. So, and then they reach maybe a destination, let's say a wholesaler. And from there, then somebody buys them and puts them on a 10 hours truck drive in Africa.
That's
You
the
know?
worst thing ever.
Exactly. Exactly.
They will cook.
Yes. And it also aches our heart, you know, when we just see that, and when we just have to think like this is the way how things are still, I mean, today done. It's not even that I'm saying it's not professional, but the money that you are paying, the value that you will receive will just not reach you in the way that it should be.
Yeah.
And this is actually our concern always, or why we are pioneering also in sending fresh flowers by air. Because I think personally, the quality that you receive is just, you cannot match it in any way with flowers received by road, that you send hours and hours across Africa.
I think we lost.
Yes, we lost Gladys.
So,
okay. I hope she
so
can
for
come
me,
back. Yeah.
So for me, actually, I believe that the best way is to import them, and it's something that I said I must work on it, especially here in Tanzania, because if we get the best flowers, you don't need to use much. I've come to South Africa, I've visited the flower market, the big flower market is called Grand Flora. And yes, and the flowers are just amazing. Like you don't use a lot of flowers, you use very less flowers, still you can price them well and all that. And here, when the flowers come from the cold room, it's very hot in Dar es Salaam. So when they arrive here, they become black.
Yes.
You know?
This is
So
also a
like
part
all
of
that.
Yeah, because this is also a part of the let's say of the treatment. When you put flowers from a cold room directly out in a normal environment, like in a very hot environment, they get like a shock. That's why they turn the color. So you must actually, when you have a very, very hot environment, you must actually
gradually change temperature. Let's see if we have her back.
Yeah.
Sorry guys for that.
No problem.
No problem.
Yeah, even me, I think I need to charge him to put my thing on the phone, on the charger or something.
Yeah. So it's interesting to hear like how your event and flower stories.
Guys.
Yeah, it's fine. Maybe we speak to Gladys in a moment while you are moving.
No, I'm still there, but I'm just changing your location.
Tell us a little bit about your current situation, Gladys. Like do you have lockdown, or what is your COVID situation? Let's say like that.
We don't have a lockdown, and our president said we should forget about ever being anything like a lockdown. Because we live in Dar es Salaam. Dar es Salaam is like the capital of Tanzania. Like that's the business capital. So there's no lockdown, but of course events have been restricted to like specific number of people. I think maximum is like 50, and you guys have to take into consideration the social distancing. And oh my goodness, my son is about
No problem, don't worry.
Part of our life.
Everyone's working from home and staying home these days, so don't worry about it.
just giving the other phone to go. No, here, go and play with this. No. Okay, listen, just go. Take the phone. Go. Okay, bye. Okay, so there's and you have to get like a permit to be able to do an event, and you guys have to take all precautions, the social distancing and whatnot, all those things. But then most people are not really doing big events. Most people are really not really doing any events at the moment because they don't want to take the risk. So we've lost business. People's dreams have been shattered. We don't know where we're going to be making money for the coming months. We're just being hopeful, and we really don't know what the future holds, to be honest. And it's really a confusing and tricky situation because as much as people can do small events and take all the precautions, but it's not the same. It's not going to be the same. We're going to be limited to so many things. Our setups will not look the same. We'll have to compromise on everything. It's a mess. It's a nightmare.
And personally, like I have a lot of your clients, and I think now not so much corporate events, but maybe more weddings. Have they cancelled completely, or have they tried to like postpone to maybe an undefined date? What is your situation there?
Okay, like I said, I mostly do social events. I do like maybe maximum 4 weddings in a year, but social events like every other weekend. So social events, they cancel because you can easily cancel your kid's birthday. You can easily cancel a baby shower. You can easily cancel a bridal shower. You don't have to do your kid's baptism party. You don't have to do a birthday dinner. So yeah, I think the people who are doing weddings are the ones who are postponing, but social events, really, they cancel. It's really not so serious, and it's not a must. That's the thing. Unfortunate part of the social events.
May I ask you, do you have also staff that you have to take care, or are you like working exclusively with other suppliers?
I have 3 permanent staff. but more others are just part-time, and I pay them as we work. So at the moment, I haven't really talked to them anything much in regards to, okay, there's one this morning. I told him that, something, there is not going to be salary this month because, you have seen we have not really worked, and, he's okay. Like, it's not really a big deal because he works for so many other people as well. He's my
He's like a
graphics
freelancer.
person. Yeah. So, but the other one is the person who maintains the warehouse, where we put our stuff. He will also understand. The good thing is he's my little cousin, so he will understand that he can only get just a little token, for this month. Yeah. But then
I think specifically, I mean, in the way how businesses work in Africa, a lot of families are usually affected because
Yes.
there are just a lot of family businesses around. I
Yeah.
mean, we are a family business too, but generally this is how businesses are just being done in Africa. So you have a cousin, a third grade cousin, an uncle, a sister, and this is actually very, very bad for economy because if everyone is working in the same environment, obviously it is just one big loss for an entire family. And this is the implications of that are really, really very hard. When I hear your kids around, like how did it affect like schooling and just maybe your daily life? Like, do you have homeschooling or do you have? I can see you're stressed at home with the kids, but like how did like the situation when you say, for example, government says it's not difficult for them right now to deal with the situation, but is there any change apart from not being allowed to have gatherings? Like, how is it?
Okay, the schools have been closed. Schools have been closed. So we have the kids at home, and even trying, because at the moment we can only do like a lot of virtual working, just online, internet and stuff like that. But with the kid, like I have a toddler, he's like 3. So anywhere I tried, like I thought I was hiding by being here upstairs somewhere, and he found me. So to me, it's so hard trying to do any sort of work with the kids around. Like, yeah. So I think we have to adapt to so many things, and we just have to find so many other different ways to be able to do anything productive during this time, especially if you're a mother. Like, the kids want your attention, and it's just a whole
And
lot.
already, I mean, moms are world known for multitasking, but I think right now this situation has put just too much pressure also on a lot of families, on a lot of single moms as well that are in the country and that are also in the event industry. And I mean, we know that and they have a lot of additional burdens that they have to carry right now. And I personally, I take my head off all of them because it's a really very stressful time.
It is. And
for you, Alice, do you have kids? Like, do you feel the same?
No, for me now, because Gladys, my cousin, she's full-time in events and all that. And for me, I'm employed at the same time I'm doing the flowers. So we are working from home for like almost 2 months now. And like now it's only my lunchtime. It's a coincidence that's lunchtime that I'm able to join this call.
Oh, we are very much appreciate that.
Otherwise, I'm always on Skype meetings and just customers calling me and all that, because I work in a mobile company. And at the same time, I have to manage my business on the side the same way, because now I cannot have my people on the ground all the time, because we don't have as many orders as we used to have in like few months ago, like weddings or maybe birthdays. Yes, birthdays we get, but it's not in the same momentum that we used to. So
when you say you have, I'm sorry if I interrupt, when you say you have flowers, how is Mother's Day for you? Because is that something that you're looking forward to with your flowers? Is this something where you see that there's interest from people?
I didn't understand the question.
I said Mother's Day. Mother's Day is coming up, right? Is this something you see interest for your business, for your flower business?
Yes. Like So for like before joining this call, I had to call the suppliers that I take flowers from just to get their insight based on the topic that you gave me. I didn't want to speak as Alice and my delivery and office flowers and just that. I wanted to hear what they have to say. Them like the ones that they are doing lots of bunches in a week. So I made a call and I was asking them, okay, so what are we going to do on Mother's Day? Because I believe if I include everyone in what I think is the right thing to do, for example, importing flowers through flight or importing the right flowers, just for a certain segment maybe. So for me, I'm in touch with them and I'm thinking on the best way how I can mobilize them so that we can come up with something that can be a segment for a certain class or a certain group of people. I don't know. But this flower situation of just receiving flowers, sometimes you receive the whole box. Like there was a time we were doing a wedding with Gladys, and that time I was she was just starting. So we were like, I was ordering flowers, she was working on something else and all that. And the flowers arrived, they were like the steam was coming out of the box. Like
It was
they
like
got
smoke.
cooked.
It was like they
Yes,
were put
they
on
got
fire.
cooked, and we threw like almost 50 bunches. That's a lot of flowers. So for me, there's nothing that frustrates me like that. Like bringing this business to a right place, it has to start from that. You know?
Have you actually ever received maybe flowers directly from Holland, or do you only get flowers from Kenya?
Nairobi
Kenya.
is where I think we have ended.
I promise
That's
you
where
one thing,
the
you
father-
and me, we make it happen that Tanzania gets tulips from Holland.
I wish. Every
that
time
is
I
the
see
promise.
flowers. Imagine even in my wedding, I wish I met you guys before. My wedding, I was telling Gladys, I'm going to import all the flowers through flights.
Her wedding was last year, October.
My wedding was last
Her wedding
year,
was
end of
last
last
year,
year.
October.
Okay.
Yes.
You have
But
the
I
first
told you.
anniversary, you can celebrate again, no problem. You do an anniversary
And the worst part
celebration.
is on my wedding day, that's when there were floods. So the cars could not cross across. So all my like almost
So we
700
never had
branches could
flowers.
not get through.
Not at all.
On her
Oh
wedding
my
day.
goodness.
On my wedding day, and I'm a florist.
And you have a cousin who was the wedding planner, and this is horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they called me in the
Got it right.
morning. They called me in the morning telling me, Alice, this and this happened and all that. I told them, you know what? Use as many plastic flowers you can and lots of green. I'll be
So
fine. I
there
don't
are
want any
many
stress
reasons
today.
to repeat this, I think.
Yes. Just have a beautiful, and maybe like renewal of the vows or something, just with one beautiful arch somewhere. That would be amazing, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think we have a plan actually bringing tulips to Tanzania. That is something what we have
How
on the
long
map
does
already.
tulips? Okay, how long does tulips survive in terms of life?
It depends.
After cut?
And it depends also on the conditions how you store them. Obviously, you have to have them in a cold room, then they last longer. But they come very close, and when, let's say, when you put them out in a normal like living room environment, they can last for a week.
For a week. Week is fine.
That's perfect. It takes some sorts, maybe like also peonies, they open very quickly. But there's others, you can have them for 8 to 10 days. So it always depends a little bit. And also what we tell a lot of our clients, a flower is, or a sort of a flower is not always the same, or has not always the same conditions. Let's say also hydrangeas, a lot of people in Africa say, oh, no, we are not using hydrangeas because they flop so quickly, right? And we all have...
I think because most people don't know how to take care of them. So for me, I really love hydrangeas. And I was so frustrated one day. I ordered them. It was someone's wedding. And by the time it was noon, it all like... I was like, this is... So I had to go on YouTube and I was learning how to keep hydrated. I didn't know actually if you put hydrangeas, you immerse them in water for like 3 hours, 4
Hours.
hours.
Yes.
They last actually a week.
Yeah.
I didn't
Yes,
know
they
that.
can.
Yeah, and also you can bring them back to life when you put them upside down in water. You can actually also have a longer vase life when you remove the petals. This is the same with
Yes.
peonies. I had my first photo shoot years back, and I ordered, I don't know, 20 or 30 of the most expensive peonies, and I put them overnight in a vase, and the next morning when I woke up, I was almost in shock. They all were like almost dead, like that. Well, that was my biggest like fear, that what I'm going to do. So out of my fear, I removed all the petals. I cut them short because I wanted actually to give them in a very short time a boost, and it doesn't even took like 2 hours, and they come back alive, and the same thing you can do with a lot of roses or other flowers. I think exactly what you are saying is people sometimes don't know how to treat flowers, and that's why they are also losing a lot of flowers.
Yes, it's very true. And I don't know, I hope one day you guys would be able to visit here, and because I was setting up like this like last month, I was just finished setting up my studio, my flower studio, and I was really trying to keep it in a way that it should be accommodative for so many things. So I hope by the time this corona comes to an end, we'll be able to, I don't know what is in place
Yes, to
in
have
future.
workshops there and
Yeah, we would
especially
be happy to have a workshop. I start walking, so I will be there in 2 months already. Like when we finish, I go out of the house, right?
I can't wait, because actually the way I even set up my studio is to have like workshop kind of like, it's like the reason why I want to call it a studio is because I want things to happen there.
it's amazing. I mean, so that you have a vision, and I think it's also important right now. I mean, you are like at the verge of like having a job and having like a second job that you just like try to start for yourself together with your cousin. And I think right now you're very blessed to actually have also a second source of income.
Yeah.
And I think for a lot of people right now, this might maybe also be the way how to like overcome the situation, that they maybe need to find also a second source of income while they cannot just survive on what they're doing right now, but still to keep on having a vision for your baby, for your passion baby that you have. I think that is quite important also to support your families.
Yes, definitely. And I also believe that particularly here in Africa, we have the duty to educate more than wherever we are going. In Europe, I mean, a lot of people are quite surprised when we tell them a florist in Europe, to call themselves a florist, he needs a 2-year training and he must write exams. And when he passes the exams, then he can actually call himself a florist, And even a master florist in Africa, you can be a master florist overnight. So in Europe, you need an additionally a couple of years to add training and examination to become a master. And I don't want to go that far, but I think a lot of people here would be happy to get training, would be happy to get more knowledge. But what also we have to get through to the people, that costs money. So nothing is for free. And particularly in Africa, where a lot of people let's say hunting for freebies,
Yeah.
We have all the duty to say that is our experience, this is our knowledge, and that cannot be in a in a long run for free. We can give certain knowledge available to sources, maybe as a starting point. We can say, okay, we make free trials for that and that and that topic. But when it goes further to higher experience or knowledge, I think that can also be a possibility of gaining incomes for all of us in the event industry that losing one part of the live events.
Yes.
What do you think?
We just lost her here
Oh,
again. But,
can you hear us?
Gladys, can you hear us?
Can you hear us?
No, sorry.
No problem. I think don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. So I think also I mean we had some beautiful like just vision like what you want to do, and I think it's important to keep people inspiring right now. After all, that's one of the main reasons why we're also doing this. So to keep people, give people a vision and how also other people from other parts of the world are dealing with the situation. And I just wish you so much luck, and I hope that things are going to sort of normalize in a way or the other. And even if the events are maybe not going like very soon in the way that we wish, maybe for the flowers, this might be more something that you can focus on right now and maybe help your family in a way or the other. I
Or
think
the
that
teaching classes for upcoming wedding planner. I think that could be something what you can gain an income, right? What do you think about that?
Sorry? You broke.
Uh,
You broke a little
what do you think about gaining an income of giving classes?
for like for wedding planners, like for upcoming wedding
Classes.
planners, that you just pass on your knowledge, you know, that not because we know that events are not going to take place right now, but maybe there are people who are interested in your knowledge to hear like how, like what do they need to do in order to plan an event. Is that something that you could like imagine doing?
I so many people have been telling me to do that, but when I spoke to Dr. Tumi, Wedding Butterfly, last weekend, and then I remember I asked her a question about why she constantly keeps on going to school all the time, and she was like, because she wants to always be offering master classes and things like that. And for you to be able to do that, you must have done so many different courses from different people, different countries, you know, different qualifications and stuff like that. For me, currently, I am a certified wedding planner. I went to South Africa School of Weddings. I've done a wedding planning course. I've done luxury flowers and deco styling course as well. So those are the only two courses I have done at the moment. The other knowledge I have is just practical and experience, but I still don't think I am fit enough yet
Okay.
to be able to do that. Of course, there are some people who still think that I can do whatever I can with what I already know, but I'm someone that wants to be extremely knowledgeable before I'm able to give out any type of training or information,
Understand.
you know, to people. So probably I will do more online courses myself to equip myself much more, and then maybe I can be able to think of doing that probably next year.
That's a very good idea and vision, because beside the experience that one has, it's also good to have like, fundamental knowledge about things to share that with new, maybe wedding planner or florist. Do you have any further questions to ask?
I can't hear
You guys
properly.
own flower farms, right?
Say it again.
You guys
Do you
own
guys own a
farm,
flower
right?
farm?
No, we don't own a flower farm. We are flower importer and exporter. We import and export fresh from farms from all over the world. We bring in flowers to South Africa and to other African countries directly from the farms. So we don't waste time on board or to store flowers somewhere and wait that people can come and pick them. So we get orders for flowers, and let's say, for example, for the tulips, you have a request for 500 white tulips and carrot tulips and peony tulips, because tulips are also not tulips. So there's hundreds of different varieties and also sorts. So we then source the right farms, and we do all the necessary administration. We organize the flights, and we do actually everything until the point that the flowers are arriving at the airport of destination where you or other clients pick them then up. And
So we are balancing between the farms and you as a customer. So we need to make sure that the flowers are not traveling around the world, but come directly from the farm to your home destination.
yeah, and we also have an online a web shop where people actually can see our products, or the most of our products. That is Yes Exclusive Flowers. This is our online our website where you can find our online shop. So that's a help also, that we want to give florists to identify the right flowers for the right events, because a pink rose is not a pink rose. It can be a light pink, a blush pink, a hot pink. It can be a cerise pink. So a lot of people have problems to identify flowers. We are also offering a lot of garden roses, because this is in particular when clients come with all the Pinterest pictures. You know, the most of the Pinterest pictures, including garden roses. That's why they open so fully and beautiful and so overburdened. That cannot be achieved with normal rose. So you need special roses to achieve this look and feel. And we are a bit specialized in garden roses because our business started with garden roses. And maybe next week we will have also with a garden rose farm in Kenya. Maybe it's interesting for you to listen. We had our first chat, right? Our first chat we had last week with farm in Ecuador. So we are the link between the client and the farm. And people ask often why we need you, because we could go directly to the farm. Yeah, you could go directly to the farm. Our experience out of the last year, first of all, gives us like a step ahead, because we know what is a suitable product for you, what is this farm offering in this logistic.
Connecting the flowers, the most energy that we actually put into deliveries is finding out the right way how to get the flowers from the farm to your home destination.
Yeah. Maybe when you say you have imported flowers, you know how many hours you have spent actually to organize the flights.
You're saying?
When you have organized flowers like import, maybe you remember how many hours you have spent to organize flights.
I really don't know, because I've never brought flowers here by flight, but the ones we get from Nairobi is 15 hours and they're under the bus. So
It's too long.
it's crazy.
And are they coming in a cold truck?
Are they coming?
In a cold truck?
No, they are packed with other luggages.
Please don't do that.
Yes.
We have a better way
Every time
we have a better way to
the reason why I stopped ordering flowers by myself is that because I can't stand it. Like, let me find them at a supplier. He already opened them and kept them nicely. Then I can select what I want and go. But receiving that thing the way it is, it's not fair. Like, you cannot treat flowers like that. Even though you don't have a cold room, just put them in a place where they're not squeezing each other. Then,
Yeah. So I think, like, let's start a new chapter in the flower industry in Tanzania for next year. So we have actually a good possibility to help you if you like. And I think the line is quite bad, so we are already reaching also almost an hour time. If you have any further question, let us know. Otherwise, we would say we thank you from the bottom of our heart.
Thank you for the time. And we wish you, honestly, first of all, much health, and that the situation all over the world will ease again. And especially that your kids, Gladys, will go to school back soon.
thank you very much. I think we'll keep chatting more offline, maybe discuss other things and see how best we can do this. And
Wonderful.
Karibu Tanzania.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.